I'm all zoomed in and ready to go today. We're going to be starting with eyes first. This is going to be an all drugstore affordable prom makeup tutorial. It is going to be more on the heavy side, so more full glam, more colourful. I think this might be the last prom makeup I'm going to be able to get up this year. There's so many others I'll leave in the top corner, but yeah, I thought I'd go out with a bang. I'm just going to quickly spritz my face with some facial spray. This is from Superdrug. It's the Dehydrated Hyaluronic Acid Facial Spritz because I have done my brows already. I've used the Scalfie. Oh my god, I've only just started the video, can't get my words out as usual. The Selfie Sculpt Brow Pencil from Tiny Bay Cosmetics. I don't think they do this anymore, but I just really like it. To prime my eyes, I am going to use the PLouise base. I know this isn't a drugstore product, but it is a really affordable product and it lasts such a long time as well. So I use the shade 2, which is Rumour. So we're just carving out my brow with this. I want to do a like half cut crease kind of thing. I just feel like going really glammed up today. So I think that's okay for now. I have absolutely no idea what this makeup look is going to be today, but I know the colours that I want to use are more purple tones because I did have a look in my playlist of what colours were missing and I haven't really done anything with more purpley tones. So the palette that I chose today is this one from Obsession Cosmetics. I think they sell this in Boots, I'm not sure about Superdrug. It's the collab with Belle Jorden. She also does tutorials on YouTube. And it's this palette right here. I have done another tutorial with this palette, I'll leave again in the top corner, but it's just got some really nice like pinks and purples in, which I feel is missing. I haven't really done many tutorials with them colours. So yeah, we're going to just go ahead and get straight into it. I'm going to start by using 1706, which is this one. I do want this to be like quite blown out, quite smoky, but I do want to get like a good half cut crease in there as well. So this is going to be my transition shade. It's more on like the cool tone slash mauve side. I think I'm going to use this and then the more pinky shade and then that deep purple. And I want to blend this up quite far and I want it to be like quite blown out quite far as well. I should have really done like a practice eye on this look because you know when you've got something in your mind that you want it to look like, you know it's not going to end up looking like that, which is something that always happens to me. So I should have really done a practice eye, but I just thought, sod it, we'll just make it up as we go. So yeah, I think this is probably going to be the last prom tutorial that I'll get up, but obviously there's going to be plenty more tutorials which you can also do for prom. Prom season in the UK has already started, so I'm not sure how long it lasts for in the UK and I have no idea like when the prom season starts in other countries like America and places like that. So if you know, then please let me know down in the comments. When is your prom? Let me know when it is. Let me know what you're wearing. Also really sorry if you can hear birds in the background. There are some really noisy birds out today and I've sort of been waiting to see if they fly away and not hang around outside my window, but they seem to want to stay there today. So if you can hear squawking in the background, it's the birds outside. And then for my next colour, I'm going to go in straight with like that bright pink there, so that is so cute. So this is going to go into the crease to start darkening this up, and I do want to try and make this sort of not so pink, so I am wanting to concentrate more on like the deep purple that's in this palette, but I do need like a transition kind of in between the two. So I'm also getting right into this inner corner as well because that'll create like a better effect when we actually cut the crease. Okay, then I'm going to take a clean buffer brush and just buff over the very edge. We can just keep blending as we go, so don't worry if like it's not perfect straight away. Okay, now I am switching my brush to a different one, a clean one, and then we're going to start going in with that deeper purple. So that one is called 13, and again we're just using this to deepen up the socket even more. And I'm going to keep this one to hand, but it hasn't got any extra product on, just to help keep buffing it out. And you just want to keep building it up until you get like the smokiness that you want. Shades in here as well. For a drugstore product, they're really pigmented and they blend out really easily as well. I can hear those birds outside and it's literally driving me insane. If I come to edit this video and all I can hear is them, I'm going to be so annoyed. I feel like this is going to turn into a makeup which you would not wear for prom, but Just to deepen up the outer corners a little bit, I am going to go into the black. This is called Lola. I've not used this shade yet, so I'm not sure how black it is, but I'm sure it'll help just darken up these outer corners a bit. I was going to do a winged eyeliner with this, but I think I'm going to leave it because it's going to be really sort of blown out, especially underneath as well. So I think if I did a winged eyeliner, you probably wouldn't be able to see it. Moving on to the cut crease part now, I'm going to use the same base as we used, and then I'm going to use the same brush as well that we used. So this is the So Eco eye shading brush. Once you've got quite a lot of product on here, it does go quite flat and like nicely defined. It sort of follows the shape of your natural like crease. I actually feel like more is better with this, so don't be afraid to pack it onto your brush. And then because I like you to be able to see my cut crease, I go just above where my natural crease is when I open my eye. Now I'm just going to start patting it all over, working up to where I've done that line. And then when it comes to this outer edge, I sort of just pat over. Okay, so both sides are done now. I am going to set that with the white shade in here, which is Starlight. And then over the top, I'm going to go over with Glow Baby. I was just going to do Glow Baby straight on the top, but I want it to be quite bright. So I'm hoping the white underneath just helps it pop a little bit more. So I'm using like a flat brush. And I'm going to try and go right up to the line, but not over it. So we want to keep the line really nice and sharp. So then over the top of that, I'm going to go with Glow Baby, which is like a silvery, pinky, shimmery shade. So to help this inner corner blend, I'm going to go back in with that dark purple, and I'm just going to start tapping over the edge. And I'm coming down in more of like a on an angle. And then over the very edge of that line, I'm going in with that pink shade, just sort of tickling over the edge. So I do want to do the under eyes now and like completely finish the eyes before we do the rest of our foundation, because I'm going to clean it up with a concealer because I don't want it to be too sharp. I do want it to be like quite blown out. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that base and I'm going to just run some just along my lash line, just because I've got nothing there for the shadow to stick to. I'm hoping this will just make it pop a little bit more. So I'm going to bring it down just past where like my under eye creases are. I'm going to line my waterline first. I'm going to use this brown pencil from Barry M. This is the Bold Waterproof Eyeliner in brown. So now I can start working on the under eye, and I'm going to start with the purple first. I'm going to pack this on and then blend it out with the pink that we used. I want to sort of pack this on so it meets in this outer corner and sort of carries on. If you are doing something a little bit more blown out, don't be afraid of blending it down further than you usually would, because it does create a much better effect. And then I'm going to take a clean blender, just buff out the edge a little bit, and then I'm just sort of blending it upwards so it does meet in this outer corner. Okay, so now underneath I'm going to go in with a bit of the pink one. So again, just kind of packing it on like where the two meet. Makeup looks like this always look like so messy before, like until the very last second, I think. Okay, then I'm going to go in with a bit of the black, only to the outer corner really, and just really pressing this in. I've just applied my lashes. I've used the Girls with Attitude Luxury Foaming Lashes. I'm not sure what style they are. Queen Lash, I think they're called. And then for my foundation, I'm going to use the Milani 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. This is a little bit dark for me, but I haven't tanned again. I always forget when I know I'm filming the next day to tan, so I'm going to have to go onto my neck with this as well, I think. So just putting this all over my face, and then I will blend it down onto my neck as well. I always forget to fake tan when I know I'm filming, because I don't really have any like really light foundations apart from the L'Oreal Pro Glow, which is my favourite everyday foundation, but it's not like a super full coverage foundation like a nice out foundation, so I can't really use that one. And it's not too bad, but it is just a little bit dark. I won't be foundationing my whole chest today anyway, like I did for the tatty video, which I'll leave up in the corner. I've actually never worn so much makeup in my life, but I did really like how it turned out in the end. Then for my cream contour, I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Beautiful Bronze. And I'm just using a Real Techniques contour brush just to buff that in. And I do sort of like to bring it onto the cheeks as well as a bronzer. I feel like my eyes look absolutely crazy at the moment, but you have to just trust the process. And then I will just pop a little bit of this underneath my lip. Okay, now so for concealer, I am going to use the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define because I don't really have any other concealers apart from the Maybelline one. And this is just my favourite anyway. So this is in C5. Pat it on like you would usually do, but it's just going to take a little bit more work. Just got to be a little bit more careful when you blend it out, really. So the centre of the face we can blend out straight away because that part is easy. And then with the under eye bit, I start like on the very edge. And then this is where we kind of create the shape of our under eye. So if you feel like you've blended your eyeshadow down quite far, just sort of tickle your concealer up. You can apply more if you need to. I probably will in a little bit. Just kind of work it up to that line. I'll just apply a little bit more wherever you've gone. You're just kind of finding that balance in between, really. Okay, so that's a lot better now. So I'm just going to pat on with my sponge. Okay, so I think that we can set this now. So for setting powder, I'm going to use the RCMA, the original No Colour Powder. I'm just going to use a tiny bit of this just to set my concealed areas. So I'm only using this to set my concealed areas, so just sort of underneath my eye. And then I'll just go over my chin and my nose as well. For bronzer, I'm going to use, what am I using? The Honolulu Bronzer from W7. Now this is quite a dark bronzer, so I'm sort of putting it on my brush and then like shaking it off. Because I don't think my foundation match is actually that bad now. And I always put a little bit on my nose. I did try nose contouring for the first time when I did the following tatties video, but I do think I need a little bit of practice. It didn't go amazingly, but it didn't look too bad, I don't think. And then I do just want to go over that contour a little bit, so I'm just going to take the NYX 3 Steps to Sculpt, just a little bit of that contour shade, just take a little bit of that into my contours a little bit. And then for blush, I've got this palette from Primark, which I do really like. The only shade in here that I don't use is that shimmery pink, but that highlighter is amazing. And then these two blushes here are really, really nice. I'm going to mix the two. I'm just taking this brush that we've been using. Again, it's got no extra product on, but I really want to buff this out so it sort of goes like into my hairline almost. So for highlight, I'm going to use this one from MUA Makeup Academy. It's this one. And it's called Shimmer Highlight Powder in Radiant Cashmere. I want to use this to highlight my inner corner as well, so I'll do that first. I was going to use a glitter, but I think that might look a little bit OTT. And then using this on my cheeks as well. I feel like I've blended my eyeshadow down so far, I've got like nowhere to put my highlight. Okay, and then my battery's about to die, so let's move on to lips. I'm going to use the Tolouse Lip Liner from NYX, and I'm going to overline my lips with this. Okay, and then for the centre, I'm going to use just a little bit of this matte lipstick from Primark, and it's in the shade Naked Flame. So that completes this Drugstore Prom makeup tutorial. It might be a little bit heavy for prom, but if you want to feel a little bit extra, then go for it. I really hope you do enjoy it. Let me know if you did down in the comments below. Please give it a big thumbs up as well and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!